What's up, guys? I think this video will be a span over several months. So we're planning a trip to Oregon over the summer. And I know that's a time away. But as we plan it and prepare, we're doing things better than the California trips. And like with the California trip, we were in the middle of buying a house. We were really watching our funds. So we were Max was in the bathroom. So we were very tight on our spendings, and so we couldn't really get as much to get prepared for it. This time, because we're in a better financial situation, we're not in the middle of making any big purchases. We're just going to be slowly with each paycheck getting a few things here and there. The clothes we might get a little more at one time, like maybe budget like 100 or 150 on a paycheck just to get some of the clothes and stuff we need in. But we've started gathering some things, and I'm going to go through some of it real quick here just to give you an idea of what we're getting. I've got some more things coming within the next week. Some of it is stuff specifically for the trip that we're also going to be able to use throughout time. And there'll be more explanation on each of those things. But the first thing is packing cubes. I went over this in our last travel video. And I showed you my packing cubes that I had, and I showed you what I got Max. So the difference was what we used for Max was stuff that we had gotten at Walmart that I had already had previously. And I wasn't a huge fan of those, but they worked for that trip. And we said whenever we go on the next trip, we're going to buy him what we got for this last trip for me because they worked a lot better and are sturdier and will last longer. So we bought Open Story. It's Target brand. Absolutely love this brand. We're starting to buy so much travel stuff from Open Story. I've got one of those toiletry bags from Open Story that's clear with all the travel size bottles in it. And then I've got, and I'll show it here in a minute, but I've also got one of those travel backpacks that has area for you to pack clothes as well as other things. So we've got these Open Story packing cubes. And as you can see on here, it tells you it's a 7-piece and what it includes. So obviously the bag it comes in is a medium. Comes with 2 large packing cubes, 2 medium, 2 small, and a shoe bag. So starting with from the end here, shoe bag, we've got, say hi to Max. We've got this is what the shoe bag looks like. His is just going to be in black. You can put shoes in it, and it protects the rest of your clothes and stuff from everything. And then the next thing it said was the 2 small ones. So these are about this size. They're smaller. Stuff that you could probably put in these ones would be more maybe socks, underwear, bras for girls, stuff like that. He's getting ready for work tomorrow. And then it said the 2 mediums. Like I said, the one it comes in is medium, and then the other medium is inside. So these are a little bit bigger. I've been able to put my own because I don't wear as many PJs, I can put my PJs in there. I can also put swimsuits and stuff. So swimsuits are good ones for those. No, it said it comes with 2 large ones. I have 3 because before we bought the initial package, we bought me just one of the large ones to use because I couldn't find my other large for the other brand that we had. So I've got 3 of these large ones. So this would be for the main clothes, your pants, one for pants, one for shirts. Or you can separate a lot more in depth than that. You could probably put some towels in there if you need to bring towels with you. Max, what else would you put in one of the large ones?
Shirt, shoes, pants.
Jackets. Yeah.
If you need them.
So, because I have 3 of the large ones, I may end up seeing if I can find a 3rd large one for Max so we have the same amount of packing cubes.
Simple.
But that's kind of where we are right now on those. I did just find my packing cubes because I couldn't find them. And I found, when I put them all together, I had the shoe bag. I just didn't know where the shoe bag was. So now that I have all that together, I'm going to pack it back up. So Max has the black, I have the blue. For this trip, I believe we are actually going to be getting new suitcases, which I'll show you those when those come in. We have actually had bookmarked these these suitcases, way back in our San Marcos time. So probably at the very beginning of our vlogs, we had bookmarked them. Actually, I think it was before we started the vlogs because it was right after we got engaged.
It was a month or so after we got engaged.
Yeah. So we will actually, because they're only $170 for this whole set. So it's got a 28-inch, 24-inch, 20-inch, and a duffel. all for $170. So we'll get me one and him a whole set. We've got suitcases, yes. However, my suitcases are old and kind of getting worn out, and he doesn't have any full sets. So it'd be kind of nice for us to get actual sets. So we'll probably do that, and then I'll show you those when those come in. And then we've got a few more things coming up in the next week for this. We've also been on Amazon tonight, kind of creating a list for everything for this trip, just so that we can find things to order. I found things that I didn't know existed that we're going to do, so we'll go through that too. Like I said, this will probably be over the span of a few months, just to make sure we can,
Hello.
It's my hubby. We'll do this over a span of a few months because we'll be getting things here and there, and we'll be showing you exactly what we're getting for this trip for travel. And like I said, some of these things will be things that we'll be using like all year long. Like one of the things that's next week will be something that I'll keep in my work bag just because I'll need it, and then I'll transfer it over. I just remembered I said I was going to show you guys the travel bag from Open Story. So real quick here. So this is what it looks like. You've got a handle on the side here. It's an actual backpack, and you also have a handle on the top. It unzips, and you have this main area where you can pack a couple days worth of clothes in here. We actually used it for our trip up to Fort Worth for Christmas. We put for one night. We were able to fit my clothes, Max's clothes, sleep clothes, and the stuff for the dogs. I think Russ is a little interested over there.
It was a little tight.
It was a little tight, but I mean it worked for sure. And of course you have the areas over here for like toiletries and stuff. And then you've got both a front spot here where you can put like laptops, tablets, stuff like that, pens, pencils. And then there's also one in the back also for protection of that stuff. So this is something I'll definitely be using probably on the fly. I'll take it with me. This is more of a Max green of what he's wanting to get everything in now.
I'm in a bit of a green mood.
Yeah, we can show you why later, but it's because of a Christmas present he got that he's probably going to be using as his carry-on. So yeah, that's one other Open Story thing that we've gotten. We'll probably be getting a lot more Open Story stuff, but for now, we will sign off and I'll show you the next stuff as it comes in. What's up, guys? I know this is not quite the best angle, and I'm about to have at least one or two of them up here. So where I left off was about the trip to Oregon, and that we're, hi Rosie, slowly starting to gather things for the trip. And one of those things has just arrived. Now we're gonna have like probably one video that's specifically on all of the different clothing that we're getting, because there's some things that we're gonna get just to make sure we have on hand. However, I want to do this one separately because it deserves to be separate. So, a little background on this. My parents, on their honeymoon, went to Hawaii, and they bought matching items. So my dad got a shirt, my mom got a muumuu from this place called Hilo Hatties. Well, my mom found that they had a website and showed me it years and years ago, and I found a dress that I really, really wanted. It's a halter dress, and I finally was able to find it and get it again. So, not again, finally get it. So, it just today got here from Hawaii. Haha, there we go. Ooh, so pretty. I'm so excited about this dress. I will show you it on as soon as I get it on. However, I'm going to shower first because I do got to get ready for work. Thankfully, it's not like a busy night. It's just orientation, so I'm excited. Got a nice, easy day. But this is the dress. It's called a halter dress. I'm hoping I got the right size because I couldn't really find any. Wait. Oh, wonderful. So it's got on there straps for hanging it up. It's got the thing for around the neck. I'm really hoping I got the right size because my size has been a little fluctuating. And I'm really excited for it. So I'll show you in just a minute. Alright guys, ignore the wet mirror. However, this is the dress. I think it looks really good on me. Only thing is I need a different bra. I don't have very many bra options, but I know when Max is around he can help me with tying the halter part. But I wanted to give a quick explanation. Ignore the belly. I have a lot of belly fat. I want to give a quick explanation on a Hawaii dress for Oregon. So we are planning to go to the beach. I just thought it'd be kind of cute to have something like this to wear. We can go to walk on a beach. Plus, you can get a matching one. Like you can get a shirt to match it. So I'm excited about this. It actually looks really good. I was really nervous that it wouldn't fit. So